somewhere in the deep British countryside where the wheat sways and the water babbles and logic takes a back seat. Two Unimogs are about to test the laws of physics and flotation. This isn't a rescue, it's a takeover, a Unimog takeover. Fully submerged, mostly confused, and still somehow crawling their way into our hearts. So welcome to ReactiveTerrain RC, where suspension articulation is just foreplay. Behold the sculptured ABS plastic lines and the aerodynamics as a brick, and yet somehow they're still beautiful. Two Unimogs, one yellow, one camouflaged as a mobile Airbnb, both built to conquer terrain and confuse the ducks. The Yellow Unimog is bold and bright, the colour of confidence and apparently poor decisions. It enters the water with grace and then promptly forgets how to be a truck. This is not what FairRC had in mind when they said trail capable, but hey, it floats, so technically, is it a boat now? Meanwhile, the camper version, our luxury apocalypse escape pod, decides to make a bid for international waters. But with G-Dog still building up his sea legs, he makes a quick shafty turn and decides maybe not today. And just like the hunk at the seaside that your wife keeps staring at, he slowly dips his toes and realizes every woman on the beach is looking at him, so he best just get on with it and get in the freezing cold water. Two Unimogs, a weekend warrior, and the other is a 5-star camping site with wheels, and somehow they both equally determined to drown. Unlike brothers in the mud, they climb, crawl, and question their life choices together. And why this patina pop star can do the catwalk, G-Dog somehow manages to, well, fall off of nothing. And then it's the yellow one, almost the beauty out of the beast, and its mud-clogged tyres and the slopes of the bank sneering back at it. But it's got the power, it's got the modifications, and like a caffeinated goat in low gear, it doesn't just climb, it makes a statement. A bold, muddy, wheel-spinning, mic-drop statement. And FairRC say that they're modded, and we say they're mildly unhinged. The mobile Airbnb attempts the climb and politely sits back down repeatedly, like a graceful wardrobe on roller skates. And eventually the stubborn aqua cow decides to take a plunge in the river, proving that once again that physics is an optional in 1/24 scale. And it floats, and it drifts and bobs along lovely. It does everything but crawl, and somewhere a duck is deeply offended. With their egos boosted, battered, soaked and slightly traumatized, the Unimogs are in one piece. Which is more than we can say for G-Dog, as somewhere he's battling a swarm of horny wasps. And with their armbands deflated and their dignity mostly intact, it's time to towel off and grab a warm cocoa and head to our indoor course. Now, before we go and flood another circuit board, let's talk spec. These are the FairRC mod versions of the FMS Unimogs, which means that they've been lightly sprinkled with performance fairy dust. Weighted beadlock wheels for that extra grip and crawling cred. Oil-filled shocks so the bounce is more classy than chaotic. And upgraded tyres that actually know what traction is. And this is all complimentary of Batrrazi. And they've got accessories, scaled goodies, roof racks, tow hooks, and things for G-Dog to break off at every corner of the off-road world. And these are the RTRs. But they're far from stock. Think of them more as trail ready with a diploma in mud.
How many times have we done this bit now?
Only once.
Once! First time you drove out instead of press the lights on.
Because you said, no, you said, when I get here. Well, that I think that when I get here.
No, and then, what gear were you in? The second gear, and I wonder why I won't go slow.
And here's the Camper Unimog. It's big, it's bold, and it looks like it should have come with a coffee machine and a Wi-Fi password. With that raised camper shell and the Batrrazi overland gear, it's less scale truck and more tiny overland influencer. But don't be fooled by its sky-high rooftop. This thing will crawl hard. Probably a little harder than G-Dog reaching for the last Jaffa cake. And let's be honest, it looks incredible. The scale detail everywhere, from the snorkels to the lights to the bumpers and wing mirrors. It's beautiful. It's a glamping icon in 1/24th scale. If IKEA built Unimogs, this is what they would look like. Clean, modular and slightly smug. Now look, let's not kid ourselves. This isn't a hardcore crawler. It's not built to win comps. It's built to win Instagram. And you buy this rig because it looks like it should have a log burner inside, not because it's going to conquer Gate 12. It's a show truck, the vibe truck, the one you park at the camp and pretend you slept in it. And here at ReactiveTerrain, the bold yellow utility rig teams up with a mobile cabin on wheels. One's light on its feet, nimble and no nonsense. The other, he's packed culture and a throw blanket. Together, they take on the terrain, not gracefully, not quietly, but with a kind of charm that you only get when scaled rigs try to defy physics. And credit where it's due, that camper might be top heavy, but it's still moving forwards, even if it looks like it's late for a booking in the Lake District. And this is a team effort. One's pulling lines and the other one's bringing the camping kettle. And this is how an RC trail should look. Not just clean tyres and gentle gravel, but grit, mud and wet socks. Scaled rigs pushing through like they were born in it. There's the detail meets the dirt, where overland kits get tested, not just admired. 2 Unimogs, no shortcuts, just rubber, rocks and a bit of reckless assumption. It's like watching G-Dog and me on a hike. I know where I'm going and he's just here for the snacks. So after the rivers, the rocks and the repeated aquatic incidents, it's time to dry off and warm up and share what we actually think of these 2 muddy little beasts. Let's head over to the bench where the kettle's on and the opinions are brewing.
Well, it's definitely raining.
Oh, time that right. Well, you said you wanted rain. And you said this morning we were going to go out. I hope it rains. Look at it. It's torrential. I'm not going out in that.
It would have been better though.
It would have been,
it would
but
have
I'd
looked
have
a
been
lot
so
cooler with me socks off, paddling around in the river because you were too much of a pussy to go in there.
I know, but you look great. I never even got a picture of it.
No, I know, yeah, exactly. All right, so there we go. We've been out playing with the FairRC Mod Unimogs, and this one is literally one of their new releases. So this lovely patinaed up yellow barn find, I think. It's definitely a barn find.
Definitely.
Yeah, it's a right old workhorse. Yeah, it's super nice.
Done a great job on the paint,
and the bed. I really like the bed.
Yeah.
The bed design on this is really nice. I didn't get hung up too much on the trail on the side drawers either. So yeah, their 3D printing and stuff like that is lovely. Toolbox on the back, and this is actually real wood. Don't think it appreciated. It might swell a bit later.
It might, yeah, as they normally do.
As they do, yeah. So like even better by the time we finish with it. But yeah, it's this thing. Ow, my thumb. I got a boo boo.
Yes,
I did a big boo boo at work. Yeah, and it's got to the point where it's super sensitive. But you forget you got it, so you go and grab something and then you catch it. Yeah, this thing is actually a lot more capable than I was expecting.
Yeah,
but then it does come with the Batrrazi upgrades.
Okay, so the upgrades for this one
is the wheels and the shocks.
Okay, so and the tyres. The tyres are the upgrade as well.
Yeah. These are the Pro Muds. So the ones that although they have just released a new set, which we do have, and we will have a little test and maybe compare the two with similar weights and similar style wheels.
For the size of the truck, it did perform really well, and I think it's quite light.
It is light, but do you know what works really well? The reason why this works really well? Because all the front weight. There's nothing at the back, so everything's all up front. Yeah. So its climbing capability is actually really good.
Yeah. And it gets steamed up like an original car. It gets wet as well.
Yeah, look, it's all foggy inside. Yeah, it is running obviously the standard chassis for the FCX24. It's the classic motor. The servo is I think it's got lovely articulation as well. It really does move quite well.
We can officially say we think it's waterproof.
Maybe.
We'll see if what it
don't do what we do. Just enjoy the fact that we do it.
Yeah.
But we haven't. Look, they're still running. We came to the video section of us here was after the water, so we did all the water first, and they're still going.
Yeah.
So and then we come here and put them through more water.
Yeah.
So because this is what they scream out to us. They scream out to us.
They do.
Yeah.
Mud, water, and
absolutely.
That's it.
And I think because it is a big truck. I know Batrrazi now do their brushless system as well, which if it's the same system as they've got in their LC80, it's definitely worth a punt on. And this would really benefit from it, because I think I could turn this into quite a competent crawler. Okay. Yeah, I really do. I think this is the type of thing that if you're quite ambitious like I am and like super capable scaled rigs, this is definitely up there for one of the.
You say that, but for me, it's got to go in mud. It's not a rock climber for me. It's big hills into mud and diving.
Yeah, but it still needs to climb though.
Well, yeah, they don't climb on the videos. They just sink.
Well, they got to go up at some point.
They get towed out by a tractor.
Yeah, well, that's pointless.
That's it. I
mean, wing mirrors stayed on.
Yes, I love the box on the
back.
Wing
mirrors are really flexible on this.
Yeah, so. More flexible than we thought. We thought we'd lose them.
Yeah, I thought these would, but they're good.
Also, the good thing about this one is the lenses stayed on.
Yes.
We didn't lose any lenses today.
So that's all good. Although I may have nearly used. I think that might have been me. I clocked the indicator lens.
Yeah.
But nothing that can't be fixed.
They're pretty solid.
Yeah, pretty solid,
build, aren't they?
Yeah. Again, you do need good thumbnails to get into the battery. Battery sits right up front as well, albeit to to the one side, but if you look at where the motor is in the cab, you can actually put it either side. So put your battery the opposite side to your motor and get that balanced out. So that is the yellow rusty patina Unimog, and
which I did say I really like,
Yeah.
and then
I unboxed the next one.
yeah,
And he regretted he ever opened his mouth.
Yeah,
So let's have a look at the next one.
this is a beauty.
It's basically a snail with wheels.
It's so dumpy, it's so big, it's as square as it is high, it's round. But boys, it's a great looking truck.
Yeah, it does look super cool on the scale. And if you were going to buy anything for non-climbing abilities and want super scale, then this is definitely it.
It did originally come with just like
Well, this is the Batrrazi modded version. So you get the camper top, you get the wheels, you get the oil shocks, which makes a massive difference.
especially when you put that on.
Yeah,
It's heavy.
and also when you're doing the mod, when you're putting the camper part on your Unimog, make sure you put the camper bit on first and then your cab. You do have to remove both, but don't put your cab on and then try and get that on. It doesn't work.
You know, doors don't open.
Well, good,
But,
because if
you know,
they did, it'd spend most of its time on its back door,
There is a big hole in the bottom
which fills up with water.
which fills up with water and cleans the inside
Yeah.
for you. So that's really
yeah.
great.
So it's nice and hollow. So although it looks quite cumbersome,
yeah.
there's not a lot of weight, you know, on this back end. Even,
No.
you know, even when we had it separately in your hand, and you know, having the brass wheels on it, it definitely makes a big difference. And the shock absorbers, and you know, you do get some really cool articulation on this.
And it does lean. It does lean. It doesn't lean a lot.
No.
But when it does, it looks really cool going over.
No, but like I was saying to you when I was having a go with this myself, is that this is, if you were to get it a little bit more capable, and I'm not talking climbing up rocks.
I
And,
don't. It's not. This is not. This, yes, maybe.
yeah,
This, not.
but you're still going to want to put not only the brass rim weights, which come with it anyway, and these pro muds are super good, but actually get the wheel weights as well.
Yeah.
Because I think that low down weight all round will just help counterbalance the height, so that you do get that little bit more side tilt and feel a little bit more comfortable with it. And that's something we're definitely going to do with this, because this is going to get loaded.
It's
We've got a lovely little scale build, and it's already lovely scale. Like, if you didn't have any, like, if you weren't a builder, or you feel like you don't have the skills to have a scale build, I mean, out the box,
just
this
have
thing is
one of these.
done. Do you know what I mean? Like, you get your mud splatter and everything like that. Just don't clean it, and then you've got yourself a natural patina.
To be honest, it's the first. I mean, we've talked about Unimogs before, but we've never had one.
No.
And I've never really seen one this close before. I've seen pictures and whatever, and I love it. I think it's great. It's lovely scaled. I think the printing side of the quality of the back.
Oh yeah, their 3D
is
printed parts are absolutely
phenomenal.
fantastic. This does come with a 3D printed bumper as well, but we knew we were going to be a little rough with it today, so we didn't put it on. Just
But then I might not put it on, because I just think that
no,
looks
yeah,
cool.
absolutely, yeah, and we've got a couple of ideas. I think we'll do a build video similar to, you know, we did the K5. I turned that into a bit of a Huntsman truck and upgraded it. Just put that little bit extra weight on the front. I think the only other upgrade we were talking about that you probably should do out of the box is get a better servo.
Yeah,
I feel that the servo on the front,
especially when you've got the weight on,
and you're going to need to put more weight on it.
Yeah,
and I think, you know, the servo is really going to be pushing its limit once you kind of get enough weight on this to really kind of make it. Well, just handle those logs. I mean, it's got quite a nice bit of articulation.
Compared to this one, this was, I found, pretty sluggish. Point where not sluggish. It went well.
Yeah.
But it took a little bit more acceleration to get over things than.
But it's not busting a lot heavier.
No, I don't think it is.
No.
But I just feel that this was nimble, that was a little bit slower. That's all for me.
Yeah, I mean, you are trying to take a concrete block
It is very square.
through an aerodynamic test.
And it doesn't work.
It's not going to work, is it? So, but you know, like I said, you don't buy this to have it as a rock crawler.
No, do you know
This
what?
is
If you want to dunk it in the river and you want to have a plate up to its eyeballs in water,
great. It's a river runner. It's take it through the mud. It's find some nice woodland trails and enjoy it.
Which I think that's what.
Yeah, and the thing is as well, you got a nice big back end on it now, so
you could put a battery.
You could put a really big battery in this and
have
it
for hours,
go for days.
You could definitely do a long trail with it.
You know, you could even put your sound box in there, your smoke box, your picnic, your flask. I mean, you could do everything in the back of this, and
that's not a bad idea.
You see? Thinking, always thinking.
Yeah.
But you know, like I say, we're going to do we've got a bit of a plan for this one. We've been looking at it all day, and we might not go the route you're kind of instantly thinking. So definitely check in and see what we end up doing with this.
Yeah, nice and tight.
No problems at all.
But for me, I've never dunked anything in water as much as I've put this in.
Oh, I used to do it all the time.
It's just great fun,
but it is good fun. Right, there we go. Until next time.
Yep.
Hope you enjoy. We're going to keep doing this style for. We're going to do a few more like this and see what the general feel is. So far, the rapport back has been really positive. So I'm glad that the bit of humour and the kind of format works. Yeah. It's not your traditional unboxing, but we've had enough of traditional stuff. Yeah, we're going to do things a little bit.
I want to go out and play with it and then tell you what it's like. Because how can I tell you what it's like if we don't play with it?
Absolutely.
So
and also what it needs, you know. And this doesn't need a lot. I like this.
No, that doesn't need a lot. This needs
this is a bit more.
Half a ton of weight on the bottom. But
it just needs weight.
It just needs weight.
But with weight comes responsibility. No, with weight you're going to need the servo as well, because the one thing we noticed when G-Dog built Big Bertha and put a lot of weight on it, everything started to struggle.
That was a kilogram.
A lot, yeah.
Mind you, I don't think it'd take a lot to get this up to a kilogram.
I don't think that's probably around about the 5, 6. So you know, you've still got plenty of weight.
Yeah.
All right, guys. Thanks for watching. And if you're new to the channel, then welcome. And make sure you smash that subscribe button,
hit that like button,
and the notification bell. And I'll see you next time. If you do take in the water and you wonder where all the water's coming from, the toolbox actually opens. Make sure you empty it if you do go and play in the water.